Hi, welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. This is day number 5 for Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. Today's sketch is from Katie Scott, and it is a gorgeous sketch. I love it. So I am going to talk about what I'm going to use. I'm going to use what my kids call the icky yucky love photos of me and my husband. These photos were taken on my birthday in 2016. I also pulled out my Vicki Boutin color study stash. No worries, it's not all of it. It's just a couple of pieces of paper. I have some scraps. I have the Thickers phrases sets, some of the cut aparts. Not sure if I'm going to use that. I pulled this out for fussy cutting. I think I'm going to use ephemera instead. I pulled some of that out. This black piece and then the butterflies for fussy cutting. So I'm going to fast forward you and we're going to get started on this sketch. Let me show it to you again. Isn't that pretty? So after listening to my scrappy twin, Kristen, talk about how she had to use math for this sketch, I was a little bit worried about doing this sketch. But then I remembered I had a sunburst stencil in my kit, or in my stash, that I could use as a template instead. But when I was looking for papers for this layout, I found this sunburst paper from Vicki Boutin. So I used that instead. I had every intention on using a stencil and showing you how to create a sunburst with it without having to use geometry, because this girl doesn't do geometry. Sorry, Kristen, I just can't. So I pre-cut that large triangle off camera so that I could just slap it down on my sunburst paper and get this going. I am going to, as you see, mat these photos in the scrap of pattern paper, which funny enough is the back side of another piece of the sunburst pattern paper. Apparently I used it for another layout and only used part of it. So my journaling reflects this for these photos, but I had asked my husband for a birthday kiss and all of our kids went, ew, gross. And my husband took that as an absolute challenge and said, let's gross out the kids. So he gave me a big old kiss and I snapped a selfie of us kissing. Yes, we're weird. We love being weird. That's just how we are. Now I am going to go ahead and glue down those photos there. I really wanted to use that clip ephemera because it's pretty and it's purple and it helps draw your eyes to that photo. I'm also really wanting to use that banner, and in the end it kind of disappears in my layout just a little bit. I was kind of disappointed with that, but oh well. I went ahead and used it. I had already fussy cut 3 butterflies. I'm only going to use 3. I'm going to flip those wings up, and I will put fun foam underneath those butterflies so that they have some dimension as well. So far I have pretty much put things where I wanted them on this layout. I really wanted to use that frame from the Vicki Boutin Thickers phrases set on that smaller photo, so to draw your eyes more to us and not to my kitchen in the background. And I really think that that frame accomplished that. I hope so anyway. I'm looking for some phrases to put on this layout with this and couldn't really find anything. And then I found one of these little stickers that worked. It says live captured. What I didn't realize is, or remember, is some of these stickers are washi stickers, and oh my goodness, it was so hard to get off the backing. And then I wanted to put some foam adhesive behind it and it just was not cooperating, so I had to set that aside and do that off camera with some foam tape instead. It was just crazy how hard that phrase was to get off my backing. And this isn't even an older line. So here is where you're going to see me try to put the backing on it. I am cutting apart the leftover bits from my foam dots to put on the back of this, and it's just not going to work. So I finally decided I spent enough time messing with that phrase, and I just set it aside on my glass mat. And like I already said, I will go ahead and use the foam tape on the back of it, and I just set that up at the top, and I'll do that off camera. Not a big deal. So I did most of the gluing off camera, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull that washi tape phrase and get that put down above my left photo. I'm taking the backing off the foam dots from my butterfly so I can flip up those wings. I just realized that that banner is poking out of my flower. I'm trying to unglue the flower a little bit so I can stick it back down there. That's not gonna work, and so I snip it. I just snip the edge and then tuck. And then I put a sticker on the top of it later. So I want to go ahead and get these butterflies adhered down so I can add some little detail bits and pieces to this layout. One of the things that I'm going to do after I get the butterflies down is I'm going to draw a circle around the sticker that says yay on the right hand side because you can't really see it. I'm also going to go ahead and put a chipboard sticker right there on that banner so that it covers up the end that didn't stay where I intended it to. I was going to put a second one there, but decided I didn't like how it looked. I'd already put glue on it, so I had to set that aside on some of the bare backing and those stickers so I wouldn't ruin that piece of chipboard because I might want to use it later. So here is where I'm going to go ahead and do some of the finishing touches and add these little bitty details to this layout to get it completed. I am going to add those sequins. Those sequins are from Jelly Bean Soup. I got them in a warehouse box about a year ago. They were selling their warehouse boxes on Etsy. They don't have them anymore, but it was an awesome find at the time because I really liked Jelly Bean Soup stuff, and it was great to get a few of the collections that I didn't already have, and they had some great embellishments in the box as well. I also like that they're already self-adhesive. That's awesome. So I'm, kind of tucking some of the other little splatter stickers that are in there, and then I decide I don't like how my title is sitting, and I'm moving it around, trying to figure out how to make it look right, and I kind of just decide to leave it where it's at. I just moved it over a little bit and took the banner off the top of it. Honestly, at this point, I had almost decided to put that title right on top of that banner and completely cover it, but then, of course, it would have been a waste of a piece of ephemera, so I didn't do that. But if that piece of ephemera had been removable at this point, I would have just taken it off the layout entirely and just moved my title up. I used wet glue, so it's not going to come off without doing some major ripping. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you liked my video, click that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Remember, it's always free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you just check that description box below my video for the collaborative playlist. That playlist is good all month long. Here are the close-ups to my layout. Thank you again for stopping by. You have a great Sunday afternoon. Bye.